Welcome into Barco Stevens Hall, the Belgium building on the campus of Virginia Union University, where today the California Vulcan women are just 6 mere steps away from defending their national title. And the first step today, pissing against the CHOWAN Hawks from the CIAA. Hello everybody, I'm Zach Prosper. I will be doing the play-by-play today, and joining me is Anthony D'Agostino in a simulcast presentation of Vulcan Women's Basketball here on WCAL 91.9 FM, as well as CUTV, as we were able to travel down and cover this game. And Anthony, we talk about, California, they're in line to maybe repeat as champions. They got a tough test here today against CHOWAN. We'll talk about each of these teams' last games first, and we'll start with California, as they were able to repeat as PSAC Conference champions.
That they were. They took on the IUP Crimson Hawks in an all-Western Division PSAC Conference championship game. They were able to come away with a 10-point victory. 62-52 was the final score. Mickey Glenn led the team with 30 points, went 8 for 15 from the field, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, and she was perfect from the free throw line, 12 of 12 in that contest. California shot 23 of 63, which is 36.5% from the field, and 14 of 17, 82.4% from the free throw line. They also recorded an astounding 46 rebounds, but also committed 13 turnovers. And for CHOWAN, they took on Shaw, who actually just took on West Liberty today, and Shaw ended up falling in that contest
we'll
today.
Talk about that one in just a moment.
To West Liberty, so CHOWAN ended up falling in that contest, 86-77. Alicia Mobley for CHOWAN had 19 points. 6 of them were from the field, 4 were from the three-point line. She had 9 rebounds and 4 fouls as well. CHOWAN shot 27 of 54 from the field, 36.5% from beyond the arc. 28% from beyond the arc, and went 51.6% from the charity stripe with 16 of 31 going through. They committed 23 turnovers and had 46 rebounds, as well as California did in their last game, and they also had 10 steals as well. And Zach, there's usually a time for the last meeting, but these two teams had never met before at all in their entire series history.
Yeah, and California in NCAA tournament play is 2-1 all the time. Their one loss coming to Shaw a few years ago after Shaw beat Edinburgh in the first round of the Atlantic region when the regional was at Edinburgh. I want to say maybe 5 years ago now. Last year they defeated Virginia State in the first round, and it's looking like California may be on the same path that they were last year. A CIAA opponent, West Liberty, and a possible PSAC opponent. You got IUP and Westchester at the top part of the bracket. But we'll look at the first game from this sub-region in the Atlantic region, and it was West Liberty against Shaw. And there was a lot of back and forth, I don't want to say dirty or nasty play, but it got chippy during the late parts of the game, and West Liberty was able to come away with a big victory. Shaw I think we saw why the CIAA is usually considered behind the Mountain East and the PSAC, because the CIAA is more about finesse, where the Mountain East, they're finesse and physicality, and the physicality came through for West Liberty today.
That they did, and California also does a lot with the physicality. Got some keys to victory for these two teams today. California, it's all about defensive stands and forced turnovers. California is very good at forcing turnovers, getting the steal, and getting points off of those turnovers.
And they only forced 8 against IUP, and they were still able to win the game, which I don't think I've ever been able to say in my 4 years of broadcasting this team.
Yeah, and another key for California, Mickey Glenn. She's got to go off again today. But not only Mickey Glenn, the bench presence has to be good for California, as well as it has been all season. Also, foul shots must go in for California. They want to come away with this victory. CHOWAN, they got to make their shots. They're not great from the field in this season. They got to make their shots if they want to contest against this California team. Their defense has to be stout against these California shooters who can really shoot from the floor as well. CHOWAN's defense is great from the three-point line. They're very good at making sure teams don't hit threes. California hasn't needed that three-point shot. CHOWAN also free throws, and they have to get California to foul in order to get to that free throw line and possibly make some points in that sense.
Well, the problem, though, for CHOWAN, though, they only hit 59.9% of their free throws all year long. They're not a good free throw shooting team, so that actually may affect CHOWAN. Usually, you look at the NCAA Men's Division I tournament, the ways to win games is rebounding, bench scoring, and free throw shooting. CHOWAN rebounds, and they have a little bit of bench scoring, but their free throws, not a good number. as we're about to get the starting lineups. And you talked about for California, you need somebody besides Nikki Glenn to step up. Look at the regional last year. Who was it? Cece Dixon. She may not be on the team anymore, but you need somebody that steps up and becomes that big key cog that maybe CHOWAN's not looking for in this game. As we're getting the starting lineups, the first is number 11 from CHOWAN, Alicia Mobley, a senior from Winchester, Virginia. The first for California, Shatera Parsons. This is her first start in the Atlantic region in the NCAA tournament as she moves into the starting lineup mid-year. Next for CHOWAN is number 15, Jordan Payne. And Jordan Payne is their leading rebounder at 9.1 a night. Mobley, the beforehand, was their leading scorer at 15.8 per contest. Coming in next for California, number 5, Sierra Barrett, the Defensive Player of the Year in the PSAC West. Now next for CHOWAN, number 24, Diamond Crenshaw, their only 6-footer in the lineup. This is where California, I think, has an advantage, as they have overall size advantages over CHOWAN. Now coming in for California, number 23, Precious Martin, junior from Harrisburg, has been really good at being kind of the jack of all trades, I will say, in the games this year for California. Starting next for CHOWAN is number 4, Jada Lee, a freshman starting for CHOWAN. She averaged 7 a night as well as 5 rebounds. Then for California, number 1, Paige Wright, who is limited in the last couple games, only 3 points over the last 2 combined. But
yeah, she went 0 for 11 from the field last game against IUP.
Then you have Shaquila Jordan for CHOWAN to round out their starting 5. And for California, you saved the best for last. Arguably the best player in the Atlantic region, number 21, Mickey Glenn, the junior from Bridgeport. She was the Atlantic Regional Finals MVP last year. And, you know, she could easily repeat this year as that player.
Oh, definitely. She had 30 points against IUP, one of the better performers, and she held IUP's best player, Leslie Stapleton, to 1 point, which is a foul shot, the entire game. She had an incredible game against IUP. Let's see if she can continue that here today against CHOWAN at Virginia Union.
We will see opening tip. There's one ref from the PSAC in this matchup, as there usually is one from each conference that is playing. And the winner of this matchup will take on West Liberty in the second round. We're about to get ready for action. Anthony, let's look back at that scoreboard for the NCAA to see the other games. West Liberty beat Shaw. New York Tech upset Philadelphia in the East region, which plays the Atlantic region, as well as Saginaw Valley upset Bellarmine in the Midwest, a 6-3 upset.
And Fort Hays State taking on Winona State, the 5 seed right now, leading with 2:14 to go in the fourth, 55-52.
I'll tell you, though, that's not an upset. Winona beating Fort Hays would be an upset. We also have Columbus State beating Wingate 79-72 in the Southeast.
Lubbock Christian is going to be taking on Angelo State, as well as Black Hill State will be taking on West Texas A&M in that region as well.
That's the South Centrals. They started yesterday.
Nova Southeastern up 58-49 over Delta State right now.
And Cal knows all about Nova Southeastern. As we're underway, Sierra Barrett wins the tip, and California has it. Barrett with the entry pass. Now back to Glenn. Glenn falls, gets it over to Parsons. Down low for Barrett, and she's able to control it. Now it's stolen away by Mobley. Mobley going to come up to the basket, layup, good.
A nice spin around there by Alicia Mobley, going up against Mickey Glenn. A little bit of a size advantage for Mobley there.
And just a little bit of a feeling out process going to be had for both these teams. Parsons' jumper, it's good, as California's on the board for the first time, ties it up at 2.
And that's what California's so good at. Maybe they're not getting the layups, but they are so good from the shooting that jump shot from the paint.
This is Lee controlling it for CHOWAN. The Hawks wearing their road blues. California in the home whites, as they are the higher seed. Now Jordan over to Mobley. Mobley going to take a 3. It's blocked. Parsons with the rebound.
What a block there by Precious Martin.
Down low pass, Precious Martin. Spins around. Layup blocked, but she's fouled on the shot by Diamond Crenshaw. That is her first. And California going to go to the line with Precious Martin for 2 shots.
That just looked like Diamond Crenshaw just got the arm there of Precious Martin. Not able to get all ball.
Martin at the line this year, 75.4%. Her first is good. Precious Martin, I said, jack of all trades. She can do everything for you. She could score, she could rebound, she could play defense. she's really just that kind of piece that holds everything together, I think, for California in their lineup. Her second, no good, and it's rebounded by Payne. 3-2 California lead, about a minute and 10 seconds into the contest. Lee gets a screen from Payne, now guarded by Martin. Lee, that could have been a double dribble. Now Lee down low, and it's saved by Jordan, but she's out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for CHOWAN.
Yeah, CHOWAN there. Payne was right there on the line. The referee was right there to see it. She tried to get a little spin move there, just couldn't get out of it and stepped out of bounds. As CHOWAN going to go with a little bit of a press here.
Martin able to break it. Over to Parsons. She takes a jumper, and it rims out. Martin fighting for the offensive board. She has it, puts it up. Good, and one coming.
What a job there by Shatara Parsons. And getting the rebound off that missed shot by Precious Martin.
That was Martin on the rebound, Parsons with the miss. So
Correct.
flip that around.
Flip that around there. But what a job there by Precious Martin to get that shot up and in.
Precious Martin, 1 for 2 at the line so far. She's got 3 points, trying to convert the end one. It's up. And it's good. Precious Martin with 4 early on. This is kind of looking like the Shippensburg matchup. Where's the CD connection working for California? Lee with it. Over to Crenshaw, and it's out of bounds. Another turnover for CHOWAN. They average about 20 a game.
Yeah, and just a little miscommunication there. Errant pass out of reach for Diamond Crenshaw.
And the inbounds knocked away by Shaquilla Jordan. It will be California ball. As you mentioned, CHOWAN using that press, and while California has struggles with it, there's no player better, I think, in the entire conference of the PSAC at least, breaking the press than Mickey Glenn.
Definitely not. She goes right through the defense, able to pass it away too.
Glenn with the top of the key. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. 6-2 Cal lead. Glenn moving in. Down low Barrett. Her layup. Good. Sierra Barrett's got her first 2.
And what a job there by Mickey Glenn to see Sierra Barrett right there at the far side, low post, to be able to get that layup and in.
Lee over to Crenshaw. Crenshaw going to the basket, and offensive foul. Oh, offensive foul now called. Yes, okay. The one ref was waiting to call offensive foul. Then he looked over to the other ref to see what they were going to do. They call offensive foul. That's the second on Crenshaw.
And definitely a good call there, as Precious Martin was right on top of that restricted area, and she got plowed over there by Diamond Crenshaw, who almost looked like she took about 3 steps to get to the basket.
And CHOWAN's height out of the lineup now. They're 1 6-footer in their lineup, gone with 2 fouls. We may not see her for quite some time. In for her is number 20, Alicia Diggs. Now Glenn in the corner, takes a 3. No good. Parsons with the offensive board, falls down, and that's going to be a foul called on Shaquilla Jordan. I don't know about that one, as Parsons fell into her.
Yeah, Parsons was getting the rebound, and Shaquilla Jordan was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Brings a new definition to over the back, if you will. As we're going to get a timeout called here by CHOWAN. It looks like 7:26 left as Patrick Mashuda, who is a Western Pennsylvania native, he's from Mars. He's going to take a timeout, down by 6, and California dominating the matchup right now as CHOWAN already has 3 fouls in the game.
That they do. CHOWAN actually, it says they got 4 fouls.
They only have 3.
And we'll check here some of the stats.
They only have 3. I can promise you that.
They only have 3. The scoreboard is incorrect.
And I don't want to say that they're doing a bad job, but there were issues with the shot clock in the first game where West Liberty should have had 2, maybe 3 easy fast break layups on the other side. They didn't reset the shot clock, and it forced West Liberty into inbounds.
And just some things you got to deal with. And we do have to say that we're supposed to be at the Arthur Ashe Center, and it ended up having to be changed last minute. So maybe some issues there, but we're at least here. We're having the tournament. And inside historic Barco Stevens Hall, this building was in the 1932 World's Fair.
Yeah.
As the Belgian Friendship Building.
Yeah, and they moved it down here. It's a very historical place.
Very.
And while it may not be aesthetically pleasing on the inside, it is a wonderful building, I will say. It's just, I don't think it's necessarily the right home for a NCAA basketball court. They just happen to put it here. But Virginia Union's basketball and volleyball teams have been playing here since, I believe, 1947.
And they got 4 national championships here, too. So
3 from the men and 1 from the women back in 1983. These are the only 2 programs that can say they have a national title left in the field. Shaw did have one in 2012, but they got eliminated. Cal with a fresh shot clock. Barrett tips back the inbounds to Glenn. Going to the hoop layup. No good. Offensive foul called on Glenn. That's her first, and you don't want to get her in foul trouble if you're California.
No, and Alicia Mobley was right there set, and Mickey Glenn just tried to take the shot up, but got a little too close and knocked over Alicia Mobley.
Team first, and Glenn's first, of course. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Down low pass to Mobley. Her shot, and she's fouled. I believe this is on Parsons or Barrett. We'll see who the call goes on. It's going on Parsons. It's her first, but I don't even think she hit her. So Mobley going to go to the line, 58.6% this year. And I will say, Anthony, it is quite hot in this arena. That could affect this game later. As Mobley makes her first, she's got 3 points now.
That she does.
And Mobley does have a foul on her, they call. So I did not know that she had gotten a foul called on her. She makes both. She's got 4. So it's California 8, Alicia Mobley 4 early on.
And so what you want from your star player for CHOWAN.
Down low, Barrett at the basket, layup, good.
Again, California exploiting that back door there on CHOWAN. That time it was the near side low post, and Sierra Barrett was wide open.
Again, with the height, California can kind of lob it up and see what they can get out of their passes. Now, 4-3, it's good. Alicia Diggs.
And Alicia Diggs, 10% from the three-point line. She made a count there. No one on her at all.
It seems whenever tournament time comes, all the stats really get thrown out the window.
That they do.
Entry pass to Martin. She goes around her defender. Her layup, no good. Tipped around Parsons with the offensive rebound. She puts it in.
And California is so good at getting those second chance points and being able to put it back up for 2. And she saw that right there, Shatara Parsons. What a job there.
Precious Martin steals the ball away. She's on the court, and there's going to be a jump ball possession, CHOWAN. And Precious Martin should have had that. Just knocked it straight down in the court, and it was at her feet and got singled up.
Yeah, and she had a great job, did a great job there stealing that ball away and blocking that pass. But she ended up not being able to control that ball, so now CHOWAN has an opportunity here on that jump ball.
Lee gets the inbounds from Jordan. Now Payne going inside the paint. She's going to the basket. Down low pass, and it's out of bounds. California takes over with the ball, and I think Payne really should have gone to the basket, even though she had Parsons right there waiting for the charge.
I was just going to say that. Jordan Payne had an open shot to the basket. Why not try and see if it goes in? Maybe the referee calls it a blocking foul on Parsons. Who knows? He might have been in a restricted area.
Glenn bringing it up for the Vulcans. Glenn not on the board yet. Now down low pass, Parsons, turnaround layup is good. She's got 6.
Right now, this CHOWAN team cannot guard Shatara Parsons.
Or Barrett or Martin. It's the 3 bigs working for California so far. 5:30 left in the first quarter. Glenn almost had that one knocked out. Now Lee guarded by Martin. Over to Mobley. She's guarded by Barrett. Mobley stepping in, takes a shot, and it's a foul called on Sierra Barrett. That is her first, team third. 5:22 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, she just got the arm there of Alicia Mobley, who's 58.6% from the foul line so far this season.
California up 14-7 so far. All 14 points from Parsons, Barrett, and Martin. First from Mobley, no good. As I mentioned before, 58.6 at the line, and as a team, 59.9%. The second is good, and Alicia Mobley, 5 of the 8 points for CHOWAN.
California's got to figure out a way to make sure Alicia Mobley doesn't have a lane to the basket.
It's kind of like playing Edinburgh, though, and on your feeling. If she goes off and nobody else does, is she really going to be able to beat this team or by herself? Martin, the down low pass, turns around, layup, and she's going to get called for a travel, and she was bumped out of position, and that's how they got the travel called.
Yeah, she did a little spin move there. Alicia Mobley was completely set, and she ran into Alicia Mobley like a pinball hitting a bumper, getting called for the travel there.
Under 5 minutes now. Next stop will be the first media timeout. 6-point Cal lead. Lee over to Payne. Down low, into the stands. Look out. Goodness gracious. And I think one fan actually got hit and kind of holding their leg like, ow. 4:51 to go in the first quarter.
I believe that's Virginia Union's.
And they're not
maybe
taking a
players.
media timeout here. They took the media timeout when CHOWAN took a timeout. So
Interesting because that happened before in the
First game,
Shaw
fourth quarter.
but they called it a 2 media timeout there. So
Parsons
there.
trying to turn around, has the ball knocked out. Coming up quickly with it is Alicia Diggs. Diggs trying to go to the basket. Her layup, good.
Yeah, did a little there. Underhand hook shot over Mickey Glenn. It's a 4-point game. California leading 14-10.
So 2 players have scored for CHOWAN, 5 each, Mobley and Diggs. Glenn going in, down low for Barrett. It goes in her hands after a tip, layup, good, and one coming.
What a job by Sierra Barrett to get that bucket and the foul call here on number 20, Alicia Diggs. Sierra Barrett possibly here a 3-point play.
And that is now 5 fouls on CHOWAN. So California's in the bonus for the last 4:17. First for Barrett. No good, rebounded by Lee. Lee down low for Payne, loses it, now gets it back, going to the basket, her layup, blocked by Parsons, so they're going to call a foul here. And that'll be Parsons' second, so we'll have to see her check out.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons got ball, but also got some fingers there as well, as Morgan Jennings is going to be checking in for Shatara Parsons.
And Shatara Parsons, 6 points already. You don't want to see her offensive ability check out. And we saw in the last game against IEP that Sierra Barrett fouled out. Payne at the line this year, 60.4%. Her first, good.
Checking in for CHOWAN, number 14, Daniel Weldon.
And out will be number 20, Alicia Diggs, who has 5 of CHOWAN's 11 points. Payne at the line for her second. And it is good. So CHOWAN coming in here actually shooting decently from the free throw line so far, 4 or 5.
CHOWAN's 59.9% so far this season from the free throw line.
Down low pass for right, intercepted into the hands of Danielle Weldon, who just checked in. Looks like that pass may have just trailed a little bit too much. Down low, out of bounds, it's California ball. It's CHOWAN, they are not controlling the ball very well. They like to do these wild passes down low that end up right out of bounds in the stands.
And a good call there by the fans over there, making sure they clear out that area, because that's the second time that ball has went to the exact same spot.
4-point lead for Cal, 3:45 left in the first. Glenn going around her defender Jordan, and they're going to call a carry here on Glenn.
Yeah, she lost control of the ball a little bit and corralled it into her side there, and they're going to call her for the carry. Good call there by the official.
California turning the ball over a little bit here. That's 5 now for them and 7 for CHOWAN. Both of these teams known for their defense. Lee with it, guarded by Barrett. Going to the basket, and offensive foul called here against Mobley. That's her second.
Yeah, Alicia Mobley getting 2 fouls on her. Not sure exactly where that foul happened. It might have been off the ball with a moving screen.
So we're going to have to see Mobley check out for Alicia Diggs at the next stop. And California, if you attack her, that's their leading scorer. Maybe try and get her into early foul trouble. Glenn to Barrett. Corner, Jennings. Down low, Barrett. Layup, good.
Yeah, good job there by Sierra Barrett. Underneath the paint there, Precious Martin was going up against Alicia Mobley. There's a little contact down there between both of them. No fouls, though.
And they both fell down. Maybe just trying to let them play on that one. Mobley with the pass. Going to the basket, puts up a runner. It's good. She's got 7.
And there's a little bit of cushion between Mobley and Paige Wright, and Mobley exploited that cushion and made it 2 points there. Still 4-point game here.
Jennings with it. To Wright. Thought about a 3. Now she'll step in. Over to Barrett. Takes a jumper. No good. Barrett with the offensive rebound. Throws it back out, and they're going to call it travel here.
I'm not so sure that was a travel. I couldn't see
She
there.
knocked over Martin, but I didn't see any travel there. We're going to see Sporio check in for Barrett. So maybe California trying to do a little bit more defensive tendencies and get the guards involved in this game a little bit more. It's a 4-point lead, 2:34 left.
Close game, just like we thought it would be between these two teams. Never seen each other play.
And this first quarter is going to be a feeling out process for both of these teams. Figure out how each of them play. Now Payne loses the ball. It goes over to Shaquilla Jordan trying to go around Sporio. Down low, and it's out of bounds off of Danielle Weldon as Paige Wright tried to intercept that ball. But CHOWAN, just bad ball control so far.
Yeah, and they're not used to this tight defense that California's playing. As we said before, the CIAA really is all about that finesse, where the PSAC and a little bit of the MEC is all about that defensive action, getting tight defense on these players, not leaving much of a cushion for them to shoot.
In for CHOWAN, Jordan Petaway, down low for Martin, and loses the ball, and it rolls out. Sporio comes in and grabs it, gives it to Wright. She's going to take a three. No good. Rebounded by Jennings. Jennings going to turn around and bring it back out and throws it to Glenn. Down low for Wright. Wright back out. Jennings, corner three. Good, Morgan Jennings.
Morgan Jennings becoming this three-point shooter that we were not used to seeing. Morgan Jennings finally getting her shots made, especially when she's all alone from the three-point line. She's been making them, especially in the playoffs.
Diggs trapped, and now a jump ball. California with it. Nikki Glenn forced that one, got two hands on the ball, and that's why Spoilers in the game. She is amazing at defense and pressure play especially.
And she's a transfer student from UPJ, University of Pittsburgh, Johnstown.
And California's had some success with UPJ transfers. I'm sure UPJ is going to be very upset they let her go eventually. 1:35 left in the first quarter.
Wasn't getting the playing time she wanted over there. Got some playing time here. Is doing just fine here at California.
Glenn with it. Glenn behind the back move. Wright. Wright gets a screen. Now over to Jennings. Glenn with it. 12 to shoot. Glenn going to drive in. Now over to Martin. Elbow jumper. It's good. Gets the friendly roll.
Nice little left-handed shot by Precious Martin. Getting that friendly bounce from the rim.
Now Lee going to drive in. Loses the ball. Wright comes up with the steal. Up to Glenn. California's got numbers. It's a 4-on-3. Glenn to Sporio. Sporio right on the baseline. Throws it over to Martin, and that's going to be a travel called on Sporio. Looks like she might have dragged her foot as she threw that ball away.
She dragged her foot as she was lunging to pass that ball off to Precious Martin. And as she dragged her foot, that's what calls the travel call there. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. California up 23-14 over the CHOWAN Hawks.
Lee going to the basket, layup, misses everything. Offensive rebound collected by Lee, puts it up, and now a foul going to be called here on Precious Martin. She might have given a little hip action. That's the first on Martin, and they count the basket too.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that was a shooting foul, but they're going to count it anyways.
And that one went for Jada Lee. That's her first 2 points. Going to go to the line, 59.6% this year. As Jeff Strom's talking to the ref right now about, why is that a foul? You're not calling like that on the other end. Lee's free throw is good. Makes it a 6-point game. About a 8-second difference between shot and game clock now. 35 seconds left. Mickey Glenn still not on the scoreboard just yet. Sporio with it. Over to Jennings. Jennings going the hoop. Layup. Good, and one coming, Morgan Jennings.
What a job by Morgan Jennings through the defense there, getting that foul called. CHOWAN's playing a tight man coverage right now. Really not giving California much room to pass the ball around. They're doing a great job of getting off of that tight man coverage that CHOWAN's giving them.
Jennings is 70% at the line this year, her first. Good. She's got 6 points. Have we found our new CC Dixon in the NCAA regional tournament now?
Possibly. Morgan Jennings hitting that clutch three-point shot and getting the foul called against the other team and getting the bucket as well.
Lee with it. Going to the hoop. Layup. Good. 5 for her. California's got to hurry. 5 seconds. Glenn with it. Puts up a shot and a foul. They fouled the three-point shooter. Mickey Glenn's going to go to the line for 3 shots here.
That is unreal. I don't think I've ever seen that before. On that last second buzzer beater shot, there's a foul being called here on Alicia Diggs.
That's her second.
I mean, that was a clear foul. She bumped into Mickey Glenn in the shot.
Rode right into her, and Diggs didn't back off. She powered over. So Mickey Glenn going to go to the line for 3 shots. CHOWAN is on the bench like the quarter's over.
I mean, it is. The buzzer sounded, but not before the shot went off.
Glenn's first is good. Her first point today, 90.5% at the line.
It'd be definitely something if California would have possession of the ball. They don't coming into the second quarter. That would basically be like a technical foul with just an extra shot.
2 more coming for Glenn. She can make it a 10-point contest if she makes both. The second for the southpaw, up and good.
Mickey Glenn, like I said before, perfect for the last game against IUP, 12 for 12.
The third, coming for Glenn. It's up, and it's good. Mickey Glenn converts on the 3 free throws at the end of the quarter after a really dumb foul, I have to say, by CHOWAN, fouling Glenn as she's putting up the 3. And California now goes into the second quarter, Anthony, with a 10-point lead, 29-19.
Yeah, California right there doing a great job on defense. Right now, Alicia Diggs had some good shots there going up against Paige Wright. As we see here, some of the turnovers for CHOWAN, they have 11 so far right now. California has 8. I can't say how many points of the turnovers California has due to the stats not having that, but they've got definitely quite a few as well. California's got 3 steals, CHOWAN only with 2. And the leading scorer for CHOWAN has got to be Alicia Mobley. She's got 9. Jada Lee's got 5. Alicia Diggs has 3, and Jordan Payne has 2. For California, the leading scorer is Sierra Barrett with 8. Precious Martin and Shatera Parsons with 6.
Jennings
as well as Jennings with 6 as well. As
That's the one surprise, I think, for that first quarter. Morgan Jennings coming in and supplying great bench minutes, 6 points in that first quarter. If you don't get anything else from her the rest of the game, I think you can live with that.
She's the only one right now perfect from everything. Field goals, 3-point shots, and free throws.
But California shooting 64%. CHOWAN shooting 75%, but they only took 8 shots in that quarter. So as that number continues to grow in terms of how many shots they take, that definitely is going to go down.
Inbound underway, second quarter underway here.
Jada Lee with it. Her and Payne are the only 2 that did not sub out in the first quarter for CHOWAN. Mobley back in the game, going to the hoop, layup, no good, but she's fouled by Mickey Glenn. That's Glenn's second. You do not want to get Mickey Glenn out of this game at any point if you're California.
No, you don't, and she had to give some space for Alicia Mobley as she was going for that basket and just ended up bumping into her on that shot. See if she makes these shots here.
The first, good for Mobley. She's got 10 now. Second for Mobley is good as CHOWAN kind of debunking their stats. Right now, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Glenn working on Jordan. And passed it away by Mobley, and it's out of bounds. It'll be California ball.
Yeah, just off the hands there of Mobley. CHOWAN playing good defense there, almost a little like California style, trying to intercept these passes, tight man coverage.
Glenn gets the inbounds right in front of us, really. Working on Jordan, now over to Wright. Wright to Barrett. Barrett going the hoop, layup, good. Sierra Barrett running away from the basket is the first Vulcan in double figures.
Sierra Barrett, one-handed shot there. Knows how much strength to put on that shot and kissed off the backboard for 2 points. It's a 10-point game again.
Payne with it off a pass from Lee. Now Payne going to the hoop, and offensive foul called on Jordan Payne. Glenn took that charge. That's the first on CHOWAN in the quarter. It's a 10-point lead, 9:05 to go before half.
And Mickey Glenn does that so well, just able to stand her ground, seeing these big girls coming right at her, and not afraid to take that charge.
Gonna get a little mop action on the floor right now.
As definitely everyone's perspiring here today. Just a very warm gym.
I'm sitting down right next to you. I'm sweating a little bit.
We're wearing a little more clothing, though.
Yeah. Maybe I should put a uniform on. I don't play, but maybe I should put a uniform on. Jennings with it on the far wing. Down low pass for Barrett. It's tipped out by Jordan Payne, and she has it before it goes out of bounds.
What a job there by Jordan Payne, tipping that ball and getting it to herself.
Payne, and foul called on Jennings. Shot does not fall in, but Jennings' first foul coming here.
Yeah, Morgan Jennings trying to give Jordan Payne some space there, moving with her. Ended up giving her a little bit of a hip action there, getting her first foul of the game.
It's going to be 2 shots for Payne. So far in the game, she's 2 of 2 at the line. The first is good. Jordan Payne, 3 points. And again, I'm going to say this. 9 of 10 at the free throw line right now. This is not the CHOWAN team that I think California's scattered out right now. That's the only way they're staying in this game, though, really.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can win you games and get you back in the game. And she makes her second one as well.
CHOWAN must have had a practice where all they did was shoot free throws nonstop. Now a bad pass to Martin into a triple team. CHOWAN with the ball. Diggs over to Lee. Lee gonna go into the baseline. Layup. No good. Martin tips up the rebound. It goes to Mobley. Misses the shot. Lee loses it. And Jordan loses the ball. It goes in the hands of Barrett. And it goes in the hands of Diggs. Now Lee. And a blocking foul called on Precious Martin, and the shot will count.
Precious Martin, that looked like she was set, but they're going to call a blocking foul on her. That bucket's going to count. Maybe the Heat getting a little too into the heads of the California team here.
That's
making some bad plays.
Lee to convert the end one. It's up, and it's good. This is crazy. CHOWAN making almost every free throw in this game right now. Glenn throws it up to Barrett. Wright in the corner, takes a three. Good, Paige Wright gets on the board.
And finally, Paige Wright gets on the board here. She has not made a shot since the semifinal game against Shippensburg.
And that was in the second half where Shippensburg was coming on a run and she put it out of reach again. Payne guarded by Jennings. Payne trips. That's a slide. How's that not a travel? Now Mobley going to take a three. It's good.
We saw that before in the Shaw West Liberty game where there wasn't a travel called on West Liberty.
Ball tipped out. Mobley can't save it. California, they're just throwing the ball around right now. Sporia will check in.
Not characteristic play of the California Vulcans. We did kind of see this against IUP where IUP went on a giant run. California basically had maybe 2 points in the entire second quarter.
Wright gets the inbounds. Into the corner, Sporia. She's going to drive in. Down low, Martin loses the ball and ends up in the hands of Jada Lee. Lee going to the basket. Layup. No good. Payne with the rebound, puts it in.
Yeah, Payne's right out of position there to try to get that rebound. And Jordan Payne makes it count with that second chance point.
Glenn going straight to the basket, loses the ball, and he kicks out the foot of Precious Martin. And now a foul going to be called here on Precious Martin.
Precious Martin's now got 3 so far today.
This is a repeat of what happened against IUP. 7-13 before half, and CHOWAN is down by 3 points.
California just making some bad mistakes there. Ball being kicked around, couldn't pick it up. Was California. CHOWAN being able to pick it up. CHOWAN now in the bonus for the rest of the second quarter.
And Martin's going to stay in, but Bear's going to check in for her at the next stop. Lee, guarded by Sporia. Lee going to go to the basket, layup. No good. Lee with the offensive rebound. Throws it back out. Jordan for 3 to tie it. No good. Rebounded by Martin. Right with it. Into the corner, Sporio. Thought about 3, she'll at the baseline, put up a shot. No good. Martin with the offensive board. Falls down, ball's loose. Lee has it. Lee on a 1-on-3. Going to the basket, shot. Good.
Right now, CHOWAN outplaying California on defense.
Wright going to take a 3. No good. Rebounded by Jennings. And a foul going to be called here on CHOWAN.
That'll be 2 shots here.
No, it won't.
I do believe they said they were shooting 2. They are.
Really? That's a shooting foul?
They are.
Huh, that's a questionable call for shooting foul. I mean, it helps California, but Jennings,
there were some bodies in the way. We couldn't really see what was going on, but
Jennings at the line for 2. 1 of 1 at the line so far. Her first. Good.
Key free throws here for California as Sierra Barrett checks in for California, as well as Diamond Crenshaw
for Jada Lee. I'm taking Jada Lee out. Maybe a questionable call. She's the only one really supplying the offense right now for CHOWAN, at least in the offense on the rebounding side. Jennings second, good as well. She's got 8 points. Diggs with 3 fouls, still in the game. Throws it to Payne. Payne going to the hoop. That's a hook, and nothing's called.
Payne there really clearing the way to drive to the basket, uncontested. It's a 1-point game here. California in the lead.
Sporio to Wright. Glenn with it now in the near wing. Over to Wright. Sporio tries to drive in, now back over to Wright. Wright gonna drive in. Over to Glenn. Glenn going to take a three. It's up. No good. Rebounded by Jennings, and they're going to call a foul here on CHOWAN. No, they're calling a foul on Jennings.
Jennings for over the back. She pushed off. She went over the back to get that ball.
Well, so is CHOWAN. They're not calling anything. Just saying. There's been a couple calls on CHOWAN's offensive side that have not been called.
That's Jennings' second foul.
And CHOWAN's in the bonus now. Jordan going to go to the line to maybe give the Hawks the first lead of the contest since it was 2-0.
Shaquila Jordan, 64.7% so far this season.
First, no good. She can tie it with this one. I tell you what, I think California misses Shatara Parsons right now. I think that's why they're kind of out of sync.
Yeah, quite possibly. Shatara Parsons having in a little bit of foul trouble there.
Second, no good for Jordan, and Barrett has the rebound.
Lucky break there for the Vulcans.
California, 13 turnovers in this half. That's very uncharacteristic. Sporio going to take a three. No good. Wright had the rebound. There's a over the back call possibly there. Danielle Weldon comes in and grabs it. Now Lee, bad dribbling, almost loses the ball. We're going to see Suckling come into the game. Lee going to the basket, layup, no good. Barrett tips at the rebound, goes to Lee. Her shot, no good. Rebounded by Weldon, and offensive foul called on Weldon.
Weldon knocking over Mickey Glenn, who's not the heaviest player here on the California team. And pretty easy to knock over there. As
I'll tell you what, she may have bought that call, honestly.
You did see the arm move, and Mickey Glenn's so good. If the arm is moving as a pushing motion, she's going to fall over.
That's the third on CHOWAN in this quarter. Still a 1-point California lead. Suckling into the game for the first time for Sporio. Maybe get her offensive abilities in the game. Wright with her in the near wing. Wright driving in. Step back two. Good. Paige Wright's got 5.
Nice job, Paige Wright. Little left-handed jump shot there. That was the best shot to take there. Making it a count. 3-point game here for the California Vulcans.
Jordan with it. Top of the key guarded by Suckling. 20 to shoot for CHOWAN. Now Jordan going to go to the basket. Floater. Good.
Good job there by Shaquila Jordan. Nice little floating shot.
Barrett with it. Right. Open three. No good. Barrett trying to go for the rebound and goes to the hands of Jordan.
Yeah, that shot by Paige Wright just a little flat. Didn't get enough arc on it to try to get that one to fall through.
CHOWAN still down by 1. 4:20 left in the half. They can take their first lead since it was 2-0 here. Mobley going against Jennings. Inside. Her shot misses everything. Rebounded by Suckling. And the ball's knocked loose out of bounds off of Suckling.
This is a CHOWAN that I don't think anyone has seen. They're playing the most physical game I think California has seen in a very long time.
CHOWAN with 4:03 left. Media timeout. Down by 1, 38-37. And the way they're coming in and back in this game is rebounding. Jada Lee, 5 rebounds, 3 on the offensive side. You need, if you're California, you need to get back on the rebounds in a quick manner.
Has some score updates here. Nova Southeastern defeated Delta State 75-64. Cal Baptist up 5-0 over Academy of Art. Francis Marion is over Lander 15-12. Mentioned Columbus State defeated Wingate 79-72. Saginaw Valley victor 69-58. Winona State victors over Fort Hays State 60-55. Bloomfield over American International right now 23-16.
And that's a big upset. That's a 7-2 in American International. They've been one of the top teams in that region all year long.
As California right now 13 turnovers. They match CHOWAN with turnovers with 13 apiece.
Yeah, we knew both of these teams forced the turnovers a lot. CHOWAN forces 19.9 a game. California forces 19.3 a game. So this is going to be a defensive scrum. It's just going to come down to the last couple shots. Who's going to hit the shots in this one? And Mickey Glenn, still only 3 points, 2 fouls. You got to get her involved in the offensive side. CHOWAN will inbound with a chance to take their first lead since 2-0 at the beginning of the game. Inbounds goes to Weldon. Her shot is good.
Perfect pass there. Weldon right underneath the basket, and CHOWAN takes the lead here, 39-38.
Glenn with it. Over to Suckling. Now Jennings in the corner. Jennings over to right. Now Suckling. Glenn, 10 to shoot. Glenn falls down, loses the ball. Might have slipped. Might be a wet spot. Now Jordan going to the basket and doesn't go to the basket. Now puts up a layup. It's good.
As California, Jess Strom will be taking a timeout here. 41-38 the score. CHOWAN leading with 3:27 left to go in the second quarter.
When can you say California's getting up 41 points in the first half? I've never seen this. The only other time I can think is maybe Edinburgh in the PSAC quarters.
Yeah, I really haven't seen this for the California Vulcans team yet. We'll see if they can come out the second half with a different scheme here to try to beat this CHOWAN team, as Shatara Parsons is checking in for the California Vulcans.
Now you get Parsons and Barrett back out on the floor together. I think that's going to help the offensive and defensive side. We got to watch because Parsons with 2 fouls. And you can look, the players on the court, they're tired. It's hot out here. They're tired. 3:20 before halftime. California down by 3. Barrett with it. Wright finds herself open, gets a screen from Barrett. Now takes a 3. Misses everything, but Parsons grabs the rebound. Back out for Glenn. It's hit by Jordan. Glenn has the ball. Now Glenn on a double team. Jump ball possession, California.
This CHOWAN team is hounding California. They got 5 seconds to shoot right now. This is probably some of the best defense I've seen in a very long time.
Inbounds goes to Barrett. Now Glenn gonna step in at the hoop, layup. No good. Parsons with the rebound, throws it up and in as the shot clock winds down.
There was literally 1 second for Shatara Parsons to make that shot, and she did it there.
When Glenn hit the backboard and missed the rim, I was starting to get worried that they wouldn't get a shot off. Now Lee going inside. Lee steps back out, guarded by Barrett. Looking for Mobley, she finds her, guarded by Wright. Mobley going to the basket, layup, good.
Going right around Paige Wright with Alicia Mobley. California letting them shoot from these layups inside the paint.
Glenn, Jennings, 3 to tie. No good. And out of bounds off of
California.
I could have sworn that kicked off the foot of Jada Lee.
And hard vantage point here to see that exactly, as CHOWAN has it now up by 3 with 2:20 to go.
CHOWAN right now 11 for 14 at the line. That's the reason they got back in this game, because they kept shooting their free throws and making them, contrary to what they did all season long.
They're 62.5% from the field as well. That's got to do something for you there.
Down low pass, Payne at the basket. Her layup, good. 5-point CHOWAN lead.
Just like that. I mean, you got to close out the paint if you're California, really trying to hound them on defense.
Right. To Barrett. Barrett, head fake, goes to the basket, layup. No good, but she's fouled on the shot. We'll see what this foul goes on. It's going on number 24, Diamond Crenshaw.
That is her third. Sierra Barrett going to the line for 2. Key foul shots here for California. That's what you want if you're California. You need to get CHOWAN the foul. They can send you to the line.
0 for 1 at the line so far. Barrett's first is good. She's got 11.
1:50 to go here in the second quarter. Sierra Barrett, 1 foul shot left.
1:50 to go, like you said. 4-point game. And it remains a 4-point game. Lee misses, or Lee gets the missed free throw. Lee getting a double screen. Now going to go to the basket. Loses the ball. She'll have to back it out. Now ride the baseline again. Inside. Might have been tipped by Parsons, and it's tipped around. Lee blocked by Parsons again. Payne into the paint. No good. Weldon with the offensive rebound. It's good.
California's got to rebound here if they want to come back into this contest. They're letting CHOWAN get 3 to 4 second chance opportunities. The more you give them, the more chances they are for this basketball to fall through the hoop.
6-point game, CHOWAN in the lead. Right with it. Now in the corner, Jennings gonna ride, steps inside, takes a shot, no good. Parsons offensive rebound, puts in the layup.
Good job, Shatara Parsons there, right for that rebound. CHOWAN there as
shot clock issues again. They started it as soon as CHOWAN grabbed the ball.
We saw this earlier in the West Liberty Shaw game. Maybe giving California a little bit of a break.
CHOWAN has scored 28 points in this quarter. They've outscored California 28-14 in this quarter. 53 seconds left. CHOWAN can take it down to exactly 30 seconds if they so choose. And now offensive foul called on Danielle Weldon. That's her second.
Danielle Weldon there with the moving screen. As we apologize to the listeners out there in Radio Land, if our audio is not exactly what it usually is, it is being simulcasted on CUTV, so our audios have to be good for the camera as well.
Glenn, right. Down low, Parsons turns around, goes to the hoop, loses the ball, and a travel is called.
It looks like she just lost the ball there, and maybe we've gotten fouled as there's a reach in from CHOWAN, but no call there. Instead, it's a travel.
Lee gonna bring it up for CHOWAN.
When's the last time you saw the stat that California is out turning over the ball?
Never. Possibly never. Diggs down low, Payne going to the hoop, and that's a travel.
They're gonna actually call a double dribble, I believe.
She took like 6 steps. I mean, either way, it's California ball. 15.3 left. They have the final possession in their half. Chance to bring it to a one-possession game. Glenn. Guarded by Jordan. Glenn going around. Inside, takes a jumper. No good. Parsons with the rebound, and a jump ball is called. How do you call that a jump ball? Parsons ripped it right out of her hands.
I mean, Parsons had the ball, and it looked like they were clawing at the ball with Parsons. I'm not exactly sure how that's a jump ball, but
Payne gets the inbounds at half court. Just chucks it up. No good. And it's rebounded by Wright, but that'll be halftime. 47-43, California Vulcan women. They are down, and a lot of questionable calls in that second quarter, Anthony, that led CHOWAN back into a lead.
And that it did. CHOWAN, 17 of 29 from the field, but 11 of 14 from the free throw line. California out turning the ball over more than CHOWAN, 14 turnovers. CHOWAN has 13. And if you're California, Zach, what are you saying in the locker room right now?
It's just say, you're a second half team anyways. 4 points is nothing to this team. I mean, California's come back from a lot worse. They faced a lot more adversity than they have in this game. I'm not unconfident at all that they can't come back and win this game. I think just some calls went the wrong way, and they'll be fine. So we'll see how that commences. We'll come back for second half action when we return here on CUTV as well as the Vulcan Sports Network.
With CalU's 6 on-campus residence halls and Vulcan Village's garden-style apartment complex, University Housing offers the very best value in service, convenience, privacy, and security. On-campus students will have easy access to classrooms, the newly renovated Natali Student Center, and a variety of activities across campus. University Housing Properties includes all utilities. Other common amenities to all properties are fully furnished rooms, high-def cable TV, high-speed Wi-Fi access, and live-in professional staff. Vulcan Village also includes a full kitchen and laundry room. The property has a 24/7 fitness center, convenient shuttle service, and an outdoor seasonal saltwater pool. Model rooms and tours are available. Stop in the University Housing Office or contact us by phone or email to learn more.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Welcome back into Bucko Stevens Hall on the campus of Virginia Union University, where currently the California Vulcan women are down 47-43 after the first half here on the Vulcan Sports Network. And Anthony, very uncharacteristic half on defense for California. I've not seen a half of defense like that this season, at least since when they played West Liberty at West Liberty, their second game in a year. But California's the kind of team that they can come back in an environment like this.
They need to here if they want to keep their hopes alive of making it back to Sioux Falls, South Dakota this season, as California turned the ball over 14 times and CHOWAN only turned it over 13. California 16 of 31 from the field and CHOWAN 17 of 29, but the real story is from the free throw line. CHOWAN 11 of 14, California 9 of 12. CHOWAN just making their foul shots. As I said before, CHOWAN only 59.9% averaging so far this season. California's averaging 69.8 this season. And California's defense just letting them into the paint to shoot layups. Can't have that if you want to come out with this victory here today.
No, and again, that's how California's losing this game, is they're just letting CHOWAN walk right into the lane and put up shots. And we never see that happen for this California defense. But honestly, I think they were afraid to get too many fouls called on them. Parsons had 2, Barrett had 1, Jennings and Glenn had 2, and Martin had 3. I think this half you're going to see them go out with maybe reckless abandon and ramp up the defensive pressure on CHOWAN and see if they can come back and win this game.
Well, they got to find a way in defense to close out that paint area, because CHOWAN has been exploiting that the entire first half, and especially the second quarter. CHOWAN has only shot 3 3-pointers. They've made 2 of them. And one of them was uncontested. But if you're California, you got to make sure you're covering the paint, and sometimes man defense doesn't do that for you.
California can go to a zone. They are very good at a zone defense. That's how they get a lot of their steals and takeaways, actually. And they did force 13 turnovers. If they can control the ball more, rebound a little bit better, I think they'll be fine.
Also, I failed to mention CHOWAN has 8 steals. California only with 3, and some of those steals are from California just bad ball control and bad passing.
Yeah, like I said, if California can control the ball and rebound, I think they're going to be fine. California will start with the ball. It's the same 5 starters out there for California, as well as CHOWAN. Martin, the only one in serious foul trouble, at 3 fouls. Glenn gets the inbounds, and we're underway in the second half. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and another 10 minutes in the fourth. Down low pass. That's a bad pass from Precious Martin right to start off the half. Diamond Crenshaw going to bring it up. Over, and Martin takes the ball away. And Martin's going to be fouled here by Alicia Mobley. That will be her third, and that's a girl you want to get out of the game.
Yeah, Alicia Mobley, that's her third. One of the
No, they called that on Shaquilla Jordan.
Oh, dear.
Should have been on Mobley. Jordan wasn't really the one reaching in.
That's her third, though, as well, so.
That's actually only her second.
Well, they said it was her third.
The live stats only have her at 2. Martin trying to drive it. Now takes a contested jumper. Misses everything. Barrett saves it and goes in the hands of Jada Lee.
Just blocked shot there by CHOWAN.
Now layup for CHOWAN, no good. Crenshaw with the rebound. Layup, no good. Glenn with the rebound. Now California on a run. It's a 3-on-3. Glenn over to Parsons. Martin. And she's going to get fouled here. And this foul's going on number 4, Jada Lee. That's her first.
California really trying to get into the paint. They just can't. CHOWAN is just covering that entire area.
Okay, never mind. They just gave Lee 1 foul. I was going to say, now they're giving her 2 fouls. She did not have a single foul yet in this game. And they just increased CHOWAN's total fouls in this half to 4.
Maybe the scoreboard itself is malfunctioning.
Maybe.
Maybe the Heat's messing with that too.
Glenn around the defense. Turns around. Her jumper short. Martin had the rebound. Now a foul going to be called here on Glenn. That's her third.
Mickey Glenn getting into some foul trouble here and just taking an off-balance shot. Not able to fall through. As California is picking up right where they left off in the second quarter right now.
They just got to hit their shots now, too, at this point. Lee. Over to Mobley, working on Parsons. Now Mobley going to step in. Mobley spins around, layup, good.
That's Alicia Mobley's bread and butter right there.
Those are 18 points for her now.
Good defense, though, by California. Just she went right around them.
Parsons, her layup, good. Parsons has 12.
And that's what you got to do for California. You got to be able to be stout on defense and do what CHOWAN is doing to you. Drive through the paint and be able to put the layups up, maybe even get fouled.
Now Lee going to the basket. Throws it over to Jordan. It's out of bounds. Probably should have just gone to the basket, even though Barrett was right in her face. 8:21 to go. They gave the points to CHOWAN instead of Cal.
They did. That's a wrong score. As those 2 points should be going to the home team.
I hope they get that corrected.
Well, you got to think the official scorer with the scorer's book would have the right score.
And California is pointing it out right now. They recognize that malfunction as well. As 8:18 left here in the third quarter. It's a 4-point lead for CHOWAN, 49-45, as they just corrected that.
As the team fouls for CHOWAN is also incorrect.
And they brought that down to 2 as well. Even though they are accrediting more fouls to a person than they should, they gave 2 fouls to each person after the fouls, and now the shot clock ran before they inbounded the ball.
So we'll try it again.
Glenn gets the inbounds from Barrett, and she'll bring it up. Down by 4, the Vulcans. Just need to chip away. Don't need it all at once. Right to Glenn. Now Martin. Going around Lee. Martin takes a jumper. No good. Barrett, offensive rebound. Puts the layup up and in.
Sierra Barrett with a height advantage over top of Shakila Jordan, who's 5'2". Barrett's 6 foot. She's got the height advantage all day to get those rebounds. California only down by 3. But California does look a little tired there.
Martin takes the ball away. California can tie it here. Glenn. Right for the lead. It's up. No good. Barrett for the rebound in the corner. Now throws it back out. Glenn. Right with it again now. To Parsons. Parsons going to step in. Over to Barrett. Now back out Glenn. Glenn. Going around the defense. Steps in. Down low for Parsons. Layup. Good, and we're tied up.
Great job by Mickey Glenn. Seeing that there was a little hole there, Shatara Parsons able to get that shot up and in. We're tied here at 49.
Parsons with 14 now to lead all scorers for California. Mobley with it. Going to try and drive it now. Steps back for a long 2. It is no good. Barrett with the rebound.
Great job, Sierra Barrett, getting that rebound. That's what you got to do. CHOWAN misses. You got to get those rebounds.
Now ball knocked out of bounds, and it's saved by Payne. Keeps herself from going out of bounds on 1 foot like a flamingo out there on the baseline.
Just a bad pass by California again, turning that ball over.
Crenshaw was there to knock it down. Now Lee gets a switch. Guarded by Glenn now. Glenn has 3 fouls. Now down low. Blocked by Precious Martin. Jordan had the shot. Thrown up the pitch right. Right. Loses the ball, and Parsons saves it before going out. Jumped up in the air. Put up a shot. No good. Should have been a foul call. Nothing there. Rebounded by Jada Lee. Lee going into the paint. Throws it over to Mobley. Her layup is good.
And no one back for California. Shatara Parsons limping a little bit here. She's hurting.
And maybe she's cramping. It is warm in here.
She did hit the floor a little hard from that weird
she's
shot.
in pain. Barrett. She's going to have to play through at this point now. Now Parsons with the ball. Parsons right in the baseline. Layup. No good, but she's fouled by Payne on the shot. That's Payne's second.
If I'm Coach Strom, I get someone out there for Shatara Parsons so she can sit out a little bit and rest her leg. I know she's important, but
well,
you got to make sure she's not injured.
The refs didn't stop play. Paige Raiders over on the following tying her shoe. You're supposed to stop play for that.
Well, you shouldn't be tying your shoe in the middle of the play.
No.
But
Parsons to the line for 2. Her first is good. She's got 15 now in the game.
Coach Strom trying to light a fire under her team right now. No one subbing in for Shatara Parsons after this. She must play through this injury.
Second, no good, just rims out. Crenshaw with the board, and it's a 1-point lead for CHOWAN. 5:40 left in the third. Lee with it. Going around Glenn. Now at the basket, layup. No good. Barrett with the board. Glenn going to bring it up, and she's fouled. Nothing called. She's literally grabbed by Jada Lee, and they didn't call anything. Down low, Parsons turns around. Loses the ball, but Wright ends up with it. Wright going to step in. Now to Martin. Martin going to take a jumper. Good. Cal has the lead.
That's what you need to do if you're California. Take these jump shots and make them count.
Now a timeout on the court as the ball rolled away out into the corner in Barker-Stevens-Hall.
That
And
way
Jess Strom is talking to the ref like, look, you got to call a foul. Jada Lee literally wrapped her arm around Glenn, and they didn't call a thing.
I mean, this is going to get real chippy real quick.
Look at the Shaw West Lip game. That got chippy because there was some missed calls.
There were 2 technicals in the game on Shaw because of the officiating.
Maybe about 30 seconds apart. Payne with the ball, guarded by Martin. Payne going to the hoop, at the hole, it's good.
Paige Wright wasn't able to go over there and help her. And it's a back and forth game here in the third quarter, 4:40.
Down low, Barrett. She'll step it back out. Go to Martin. Martin spins around, go to the hole, her jumper, good.
That's what you need for California. Precious Martin doing a great job. Jump floater shot there. Gets to fall right through. California takes back the lead with 4:15 to go in the third.
That's 10 now for Precious Martin. Glenn still only with 3 points. Mobley, guarded by Parsons, down low for Lee, her way up good.
And if you're Mickey Glenn, I wouldn't even try to block that shot, as it almost looked like she might have gotten called for a foul there. Luckily for her, she didn't.
Yeah, you cannot have Mickey Glenn with 4 fouls.
Not with 3:55 to go left in the third.
Right to Glenn. Glenn going against Jordan. Over to Barrett, at the basket, layup, good.
And just a miscommunication there. Alicia Mobley out of position there.
Both these teams back and forth, 1-point leads, 56-55, 3:40 left in the third for California. Crenshaw on the far wing, over to Lee. To Mobley, guarded by Parsons. Mobley takes it 2, Parsons blocks it away. 10 seconds to shoot. Mobley going to try and drive in now. Guarded up, picked by Wright. Layup, good.
Right through Paige Wright as well. That shot is good for Alicia Mobley. She can't miss right now. Alicia Mobley, 7 of 11 from the field.
Right with it. Head fake. Dribbles around. Back over to Glenn. Glenn just gets it before it goes out of bounds. Glenn steps in, long 2. Good. Mickey Glenn on the board.
That's what you need for California as well. Jump shot there, Mickey Glenn, making it count.
Lee going to the hoop. Turns around. Layup. No good. Barrett skies for the board and gets it to Glenn before she falls down. Glenn. It's a 3-on-1. Glenn around the hoop. Layup. No good, but an foul is called here on CHOWAN.
Good call there as Mickey Glenn trying to go right through the defense there to get that jump shot to fall through. As we have our media timeout here with 2:56 to go, 58-57. That is Jordan Payne's 3rd foul.
And that's 4 on CHOWAN, so Cal's in the bonus the rest of the quarter. 2:36 left, 58-57 game, like you mentioned, Anthony. And Mickey Glenn's going to go to the line for 2 shots to try and extend this Cal lead, but
Mickey Glenn 3 for 3 from the free throw line. She's got to make these 2 here to extend California's lead a little bit here.
1 of 6 at the line, though, but she has 7 assists. I think that's big to her statistics today as she's helping her teammates, but she's got to start scoring herself.
And credit CHOWAN right now. They watch their film
They know
a lot.
You stop
today.
her, it causes some trouble.
I mean, this is not the defense that CHOWAN usually plays. They played to California's style, and right now it's working for them.
Well, West Liberty, the team that the winner of this game will play, is here. And if California happens to win this game, they're looking, if we stop Mickey Glenn, California's offense, while they're putting up the points and they're hitting their shots, they can't really get into a rhythm like they want to.
But Mickey Glenn only got 5 points. And so far, it's been the Shatera Parsons Sierra Barrett show who have
Precious
15.
Martin has 10. It's been the big girls for California, the 3 6-footers in the starting lineup.
As both Sierra and Shatera have 7 rebounds. and 15 points.
2:36 left in the quarter. Glenn going to go to the line for 2 shots. 3 of 3 so far, like Anthony's mentioned. 90.5% coming into the game. Glenn, the junior from Bridgeport, getting ready for her first. It is up. And it's good. 2-point lead for Cal.
Mickey Glenn making sure she hits these free throws here.
Glenn making a 3-point game. It's up. And it's good. Mickey Glenn with 7 points now. 4 in this quarter. 3-point Cal lead. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Lee going on Glenn. Goes over to Jordan. Now Jordan going to try and drive in. Now goes in. Her shot. No good. Rebounded by Wright.
And Diamond Crenshaw almost had that rebound, but she jumped up a little too early. And Paige Wright had some patience there to make sure that she picked up that rebound.
Right with the top of the key. Now taken away by Diamond Crenshaw. Push Martin coming back up quickly. Crenshaw layup. Good.
And bad pass there by Paige Wright. Thought she could go through Diamond Crenshaw, and she could not.
1-point game again. 1:55 left in the third. Glenn working on Jordan. Glenn steps in. Now goes around the defense. Back out Parsons. Loses the ball but gets it back. Now Parsons takes a jumper. No good. Precious Martin skies for the rebound. Has it. Loses it on the ground. Bear ends up with a jump ball. Possession CHOWAN.
Ball moving around a lot out there on the court. Just all over the place. As CHOWAN and California trying to fight for the ball. God, I hate to say it, but right now California looks tired and defeated right now.
They're not used to playing in an arena as hot as this one. I think that's the only reason. It's humid in here, Anthony. And we mentioned that earlier. It's really affecting this team. CHOWAN, they look tired too. It's been back and forth all quarter long. 1.5 left in the third. 1-point lead for Cal. Crenshaw going inside. Offensive foul called on Crenshaw. That's her 4th.
Good job there by, I believe, Sierra Bear to Precious Martin to get that foul. It was Precious Martin.
And she will check out for Alicia Diggs. California with a chance to extend their lead on this possession. We knew this game was going to be close. I didn't expect it to be close for this long into the game. Glenn has the inbounds. Talking to Martin as she brings it across court. Down low Parsons. Right. Open for 3. It's up. No good. Rebounded by Diggs.
Long rebound there. Diggs just right there. Didn't even have to move for that shot. Under a minute here in the third quarter. California up by 160 to 59.
Jordan going against Barrett. Now Jordan going inside, throws it into the hands of Mickey Glenn, tipped by Paige Wright. Glenn gonna bring it up. She's got players in front of her now, throws it over to Parsons, and Parsons is whacked in the face and they didn't call a foul.
I don't care if that wasn't intentional. That's still a foul.
Payne going to the basket, offense, no blocking foul called on Barrett.
That's gonna be 2 there for Jordan Payne. Sierra Barrett might have been moving on that one just slightly. But Shatara Parsons is still reeling after she got whacked in the face.
Smacked in the face. I didn't call a single foul on that one. What is the call on that one?
Number 15.
As Morgan Jennings will be checking in for Shatara Parsons.
Payne at the line this year, 60.4% in the game, 4-4. She can give CHOWAN the lead or tie it up. 30.4 seconds left. California can basically hold it. The first is good, ties it up.
Bounces in there as Shatara Parsons checks out for Morgan Jennings. She's going to get looked at by the training staff there. Maybe a little blood as well.
And she is dog tired right now. You could, and looking at her eyebrows, she may be bleeding up there. Payne second to give CHOWAN the lead. It's up. No good. Rebounded into the hands of Jennings.
Tied up here. Shot clock and game clock a second difference.
Well, not even really. They're basically synced.
It may be a few tenths of a second difference. So basically, last shot. See if Mickey Glenn can work her magic here on Alicia Diggs.
Glenn working on Diggs. Takes a jumper. No good. Rebound goes in the hands of Martin. Turns around layup. Good.
Good job, California, getting those second chance points as time will expire here.
And Jada Lee wasn't paying attention to the clock. She just dribbled the ball in and didn't do anything with it. So we will have fourth quarter action coming up here. 62-60. California able to come back and take the lead after being down by 4 in that at halftime, excuse me. And California in that quarter scored 19 points. As they haven't updated the stats yet. 19 points, outscored CHOWAN 19-13. California's defensive effort was a little bit better, especially on the rebounding side of things. Anthony had to step out for just a second. He was getting a little too hot. We'll give him some time to maybe relax himself. As, like I mentioned, it's humid in here. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I know what humidity is. It's humid in here. So we will see 10 minutes to go in this first round game in the NCAA Atlantic Regional Tournament. 62-60, California with the lead. And I'm parched right now trying to get my saliva to supply some fluids to me. It's quite warm. Me and Anthony mentioned we're wearing suits and shirts and ties. I'm going to have to come in the shorts and polo tomorrow if things don't improve. It's warm, but hey, it's getting towards the middle of spring, and I'm not mad about that. Wouldn't mind, though, maybe 60 degrees outside instead of maybe the 80 like it is. We're about to start the fourth quarter. Anthony will return when he is good and ready. Until then, it will be just myself. 10 minutes left to go in the contest. 2-point California lead. The starters are out there for California, except for Wright. Jennings is in for her. Glenn with the ball. California gets first position. Glenn, jumper. No good. Bear tips out the rebound, and it goes into the hands of Precious Martin. Mickey Glenn off her rhythm shooting today. 1 of 8 so far. Down low, Parsons has it tipped out. Now she collects it. Over to Martin, and it's kicked out. Glenn has it. Glenn trying to step in. Goes to the basket. Back out Barrett. Head fake. Go to the hoop. Back out Jennings. Thought about 3. Now Glenn takes a 3. No good. Rebounded by Mobley. Jennings should have taken the 3. She was wide open. Lee with it for CHOWAN. In the corner, Jordan. Guarded by Jennings. Jordan, her shot. No good. And Jordan has the rebound. Goes in the hands of Payne. Payne puts up a shot, misses everything, and Jennings has the board. Didn't even touch the bottom of the net. Under 9 minutes to go now in the game. Glenn. Dribbling around, going down low. Barrett, her layup, no good. Parsons offensive rebound, layup, no good, but she's fouled. And this foul is going on number 15, Payne. That's her 4th. So Jordan Payne into foul trouble now for CHOWAN. The first for Parsons, no good. She's 1 of 3 at the line so far. Trying to extend the Cal lead. She's got 15 points in the game, as well as 8 rebounds. Her second is good. Shatara Parsons now with 16. And a sub coming in. Weldon in for Payne for CHOWAN. .8:40 left in the game. 3-point Cal lead. Down low pass from Mobley, got it by Parsons. Mobley gonna go to the basket, almost loses the ball, now puts up a shot, blocked by Parsons, she's got the rebound, and a foul called on Alicia Mobley. This is going to be her 3rd, I believe, as Anthony, you have joined us back. I mentioned you were suffering some problems from the heat. You doing okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, turn your mic up, I can hear you now. Okay,
yeah, I'm good now.
And that's the 3rd on Mobley, 2nd on CHOWAN in this quarter, 8:25 left. While you were gone, Anthony, all that happened is Shatara Parsons made a free throw. That's about it.
I think I saw that one.
Okay.
As I was walking back in.
Yeah, I didn't see you walk back up. I looked behind and you were behind me. Now down low, Parsons. Jennings thought about 3 in the corner. Now, back out to Parsons. Glenn. Martin. Martin driving it, going to the hoop, layup, good!
What a job by Precious Martin, driving through the lane, through the defense. That's what you need if you're California. Break the defense of CHOWAN.
Mobley, guarded by Parsons. Mobley going to the hoop, and a foul going to be called against Parsons. Mobley missed the shot. That's Parsons' third foul. Mobley going to go to the line. So far today, she's 5 of 6.
California with this 5-point lead. Got to maintain that to win this game.
Mobley's first. No good. 7:50 left, 5-point Cal lead. Mobley getting ready for a second to make it a 4-point game. It's up and good. Mobley with 23 points now. And Jordan Payne, while you were gone, she got her 4th foul, so she's on the bench, and that's a big contributor for CHOWAN. She has 13 points and a few big rebounds. Glenn to Parsons. Over to Martin. She's going to take a jumper. No good. Jennings with the offensive board.
Great job by California getting this offensive rebound, winding the clock down, letting the shot clock go, as well as getting that offensive rebound.
Glenn over to Jennings. Glenn with it again. Now Martin. Down low to Barrett. Barrett turns around at the basket. Layup blocked, but she's fouled by Alicia Mobley. That's her 4th.
Alicia Mobley getting in foul trouble. That's huge for California. If she can foul out,
that takes out CHOWAN's best scorer.
That takes out CHOWAN's best scorer. You got a few other ones for CHOWAN as well.
Payne and Crenshaw. 3 starters with 4 fouls.
Got to make these if you're Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett so far this season, 57.5%. She usually makes about 1 of 2.
She's 1 of 3 so far today. 1 of 2 the last time she went. Her first. It's up. No good off the front of the rim. Barrett getting ready for a second to make it a 5-point game. Match her jersey number. It is up. And it is good. Sierra Barrett now with 16 points to match Shotera Parsons for the game lead for the Vulcans. Lee to Weldon, who's into the game for Mobley. Weldon stepping in. Now it's trapped, throws it in the hands of Sierra Barrett. Falls down, but throws it into the hands of Mickey Glenn. Long pass up. Martin at the hoop layup. No good. Tipped rebound out to Mobley, who I thought actually checked out, but she did not.
And Jennings did a little bit limp there as well.
She looks to be fine now, though. Trying to run it off a little bit, looks like. 6:40 left, 5-point lead for Cal. Parsons tips the pass, goes in the hands of Lee. Now it's loose. Parsons up with it. Glenn, 2-on-1 with Martin. Glenn, Martin, layup. No good, too strong. Looks like she might have been too amped up for that one.
Yeah, all she had to do was just a little kiss off the backboard. Bad miss there. Jess Strom can't believe it.
Just throws her eyes up to the sky like, really? Come on. But, hey, 6:15 left. You're up by 5. Plenty of time left. Lee. Guarded by Barrett now. Over to Mobley. Guarded by Martin. Mobley going to try and step in. Mobley falls down, loses the ball. Glenn ends up with it. She's going to slow it down. Glenn to Barrett. She's going to step in, go to the hoop. Now throws it to Martin. Her layup, good.
Perfect vision there by Sierra Barrett. See Precious Martin wide open at the low post. And Precious Martin making sure she made that layup count there. As we have a timeout here called by the coach of CHOWAN with 5:44 to go.
And, you know, Sierra Barrett wanted to share the wealth. Her, Parsons, and Barrett, or excuse me, her, Parsons, and Martin all with 16 points in this game now. With 5:44 left, it's a 7-point lead for Cal.
This is also our media timeout here right now as well.
Let's see some other scores from around the NCAA. Oh, here, go back down. One I'm interested in. Emporia State, the 1 seed in the Central region against Northern State.
26-22, Emporia State leading Northern State. Right now, Lewis and Grand Valley State are tied 39-39 with 4:49 to go in the third quarter. That'd be an upset if Grand Valley were to beat Lewis.
Grand Valley beat Lewis earlier this year in the fall semester when Lewis was the #1 team in the country. That could happen again. How much time is left?
4:49 to go in the third. It's
So a lot of
this
defense
game here. Bloomfield, with 6:12 left to go in the fourth, is beating American International 51-46. Otherwhere, Francis Marion is leading Lander 37-34. Cal Baptist up by 10 at halftime, 43-33.
Cal Baptist, of course, the runners-up who were defeated by California in the championship last year.
Florida Tech down to Benedict 17-12 as well.
And if you want to see all these scores, go to ncaa.com, the Division II Women's Basketball page, and click on the link bracket, and you can see all these scores as they update throughout the day. Games will be going on until about 9, 10 o'clock at night. The West region especially, they are just getting underway with that. First game is Cal Baptist Academy of Art, like you mentioned. They'll be playing till about 10 o'clock tonight, I believe, as Azusa Pacific is the host. Jordan to inbound. Gets it to Mobley. Lee with it. 5:40 left. 7-point lead for Cal. Down low, Mobley. Guarded by Jennings. Mobley at the basket. Layup. Good.
Mobley going right through the defense of California. She's so good at that. Not much you can do on defense with her. 5-point lead for the Vulcans here. 5:20 to go in the fourth.
Glenn with it. Throws it to Martin. Down low for Parsons. Parsons turns around. Her layup blocked, but she's fouled by Danielle Weldon. That's her third. Parsons will go to the line for 2. So far today, she's 2 of 4.
Parsons usually makes 1 of 2. Her worst free throw game was against Gannon at Gannon in the regular season.
Her first. No good. Just rims out. If you can make 1 here, that's still beneficial for your team. Payne and Crenshaw back in. Weldon and Diggs are out, and both of those players with 4 fouls.
Got to get this team into foul trouble. California is in the double bonus now for the rest of the quarter.
Parsons second, just rims out. It looked like it was going to fall in, but it does not. 5:05 left, 5-point lead for Cal. Lee bringing it up for CHOWAN. Down low pass, Jennings tips it out. Mobley has it, now it's on the floor. Payne going to the basket, her layup, good.
Payne just went right through the defense again. California almost got that ball back, but just couldn't keep possession there or grab onto it. And no one was there for California to block that Jordan Payne shot.
Glenn going around Crenshaw, back out. Martin's floater, no good. Barrett offensive board, and a foul called on CHOWAN.
Or it's going to be on Sierra Barrett. It is on Sierra Barrett. She went over the back on that one.
See, he didn't make the motion for an over the back, though, at all. He called for an inbound.
As we have our second media timeout here in the fourth quarter. I believe I finally figured out the media timeouts. In the fourth quarter, there's a media timeout if a coach calls a timeout before the 5-minute mark. And the next stoppage after the 5-minute mark, there's another media timeout.
Okay.
I think I finally figured it out.
Does not make any sense, but
there's 2 media timeouts possibly in the fourth quarter.
Media timeouts didn't make sense when there was still 20-minute halves, though. So
that's true.
4:33 left, 3-point lead for Cal. Cal is in the bonus. California still with 2 fouls to
The
give.
possession arrow favors CHOWAN.
Coach Strom talking to her team now, trying to will them to this win. This is one of those that you just got to fight through everything that's been battling you today. There is no excuse at this point. I don't care if you're hot, you're sweaty, you're tired, you want to pass out from dehydration. Maybe that's excusable. If you're injured, you got to go out there and play and try to win.
You got to give your blood, sweat, and tears to win this game here today.
A lot of sweat, especially today. And blood from Parsons. Haven't seen any tears yet.
They may want to cry. Some of them are playing dog tired in the heat here.
4:33 to go. California up by 3. Remember, they were down by 4 at halftime.
CHOWAN with 22 turnovers so far.
California with 21.
I can't remember the last time California had more than 20 turnovers in a game. Unreal.
I really don't know.
Maybe UPJ in the first game of the
That
regular
was
season.
17. They didn't get to 20.
Wow.
It might not have happened at all this year.
Maybe against West Liberty.
Westchester. No, because West Liberty they only had 11. Mobley gets the pass, a little wild now. Ball's on the court. A blocking foul. No! One ref wanted to call an offensive foul. One ref called a blocking foul.
She got run over. I honestly cannot believe this right now when I'm watching.
Foul on Jennings. That is her third, team third. So one more to give for Cal, 4:20 left.
California's got to work against the referees here tonight.
I don't want to say this came into favor with it, but the one PSAC ref that we know of, he wanted to call an offensive foul on CHOWAN. The other ref, I don't know what conference affiliation he's from, he called the block.
And the PSAC official is the head official today as that shot goes in for Jordan Payne, make it a 1-point game. The PSAC official is the head official here tonight.
You think the head official would have some overruling power?
Yeah.
Glenn with the ball. Pushed off by Mobley. Now down low pass for Barrett. Out for Jennings. Jennings going to step in, go to the hoop, layup. Good. And a blocking foul, and one coming.
Great job by Jennings, and that one is going on number 11, Alicia Mobley. She's out. That is huge for California. They have just found the leading scorer for this team. However, you still have some other players who are doing well.
Jordan Payne is the next one to go after.
Payne and Jada Lee are both in double digits here.
Morgan Jennings, double figures at 10 points. Going to try and match her career high with this free throw and give Cal a 4-point lead. It's up. Good.
As Paige Wright is checking in for Morgan Jennings.
At this point now, Paige Wright comes in as that reliable three-point shooter. Maybe not always reliable, but when she can hit them, it's big. 3:55 to go, 4-point Cal lead. 3-point play in that possession was huge. I was waiting for them to call an offensive foul, honestly, Anthony. That's why I was surprised with the end one.
I was expecting it too. As we got
now
a foul
on Glenn. That's her fourth. Give a little bit of a hit check.
I mean, you really have to guard this CHOWAN team really tightly, and you're going to get called for those fouls on occasion because you're playing so tight.
CHOWAN having trouble inbounding the ball. And now they do underneath the basket. Shot blocked by Precious Martin. She gets the rebound, throws it up to Glenn. All alone, Shatara Parsons going to the basket, loses the ball, layup good.
Shatara Parsons, they're going to be scared as she lost the ball, but she does that so well. She did it against Clarion, where CHOWAN or the opposing team doesn't know she's back there, and on that fast break, she's all alone.
Jada lead, jump shot, no good. Martin with the rebound. Martin throwing some elbows, no foul called. Glenn gets it from Barrett now.
Shatara Parsons wanted another one there. She was streaking down the court.
This time you run down the clock, though. 3:10 left. Cal up by 6.
Mickey Glenn trying to give the offense here. Basically, she's the Peyton Manning of this California team, calling audibles out all the time.
Right to Parsons. Martin, jumper. No good. Rebounded by Payne. I've not seen a game this tightly contested maybe since Bloomsburg last year in the regional final. Lee going in. Her shot blocked away by Parsons. Weldon with the offensive board and out of bounds.
Yeah, she wasn't paying attention to where she was on the baseline. She was instead looking at the basket the entire time and just stepped out of bounds, and that head official saw it all the way.
Glenn to right. Now back to Glenn. Glenn going to bring it out. 2:37 to go.
This is like the Nova Southeastern game, actually. Maybe a little similar.
A little bit, but California at that point, they were missing their free throws. That was their problem. They've missed some of their free throws today, but most of them they're hitting. Glenn going in, jumper. No good. Parsons trying for the offensive rebound. Crenshaw ends up with it. It's a 1-on-2. Crenshaw, offensive foul. She's out of the game.
She lost control of the ball there, and as she was trying to get the ball back, she pushed Mickey Glenn out of the way with her forearm. And Diamond Crenshaw has fouled out of the game.
That's 2 starters out for CHOWAN now. Payne with 4. Alicia Diggs into the game, and Payne's asking, what did she do? But it's clear. She took that arm and went like this, trying to get that ball. I really thought they were going to call Glenn for her 5th.
Well, and it was all because Crenshaw lost control of the ball. She went a little too hard and bounced the ball a little too hard as well. In order to get that, there's going to be a foul there on Shaquilla Jordan.
That's her 4th.
Mickey Glenn going to the line shooting too. You don't want to send Mickey Glenn to the line if you're CHOWAN.
Funny thing is, she still only has 7 points today. 5 for 5 at the line so far.
And this is just a testament to this California team. They're resilient when it's not their star player making all the points.
You got to give a big nod to Morgan Jennings today. 11 points. Amazing. Glenn's first. Good. She's got 8 now. Morgan Jennings with 11. Parsons and Barrett with 16. Martin with 16. Parsons with 18. Wright with 5. Glenn with 8. Make it 9.
And Zach, as we have a timeout here by CHOWAN, if you're California, you come away with this victory, what are you saying in the locker room to prepare for this West Liberty game tomorrow?
Go get some fluids, look at some film, work on your defense, get a good night's rest because you got an even tougher game ahead of you tomorrow if you win. 8-point lead, 2:05 to go, 75-67.
Because you were thinking CHOWAN wasn't missing, West Liberty today couldn't miss from the three-point line. And granted, Shaw had a hard time closing out on them with their zone, but I mean, you got to credit West Liberty when they were making their shots today.
And I mentioned while you were gone, it's hot in here. That's why I said go get some fluids. You may want to take an ice bath and drench yourself in some water and Gatorade after this one. That sounds wonderful to me. Gonna go home, jump in a nice ice-cold shower, and prepare to go to dinner with you and our cameraman / director / advisor /
most interesting man in the world,
Gary Smith, as he likes it. I saw a smile. He liked it. And hey, Mickey Glenn gets the steal. Oh, it's jump ball for CHOWAN, but wow, CHOWAN, that's dangerous. Mickey Glenn, what a play. I've not seen that ever.
Well, if you're going to roll the ball again, try to waste some weight.
I love how she waits, and you'll see this on a video feed, and you can watch it on our YouTube page probably next week.
She strikes like a praying mantis.
Maybe like a cobra. Payne, her layup, no good, but she's fouled by Precious Martin. Yep. That's her 4th. But yeah, just waits, and okay, here it is. Jump for the ball.
That means California has the possession arrow favoring them now if there's another jump ball.
And that's always key late in the game. 2 minutes left, up by 8. Both of these teams in the bonus. Payne at the line. She has 17 points today. Her first, good.
Jordan Payne, 60.4% from the line so far this season. And today, she's 1 for 1. Actually, excuse me. She is 5 of 6.
Payne's second, good as well. She's got 19 now. Wright gets the inbounds, and she is jump ball.
There's a reach in there.
Jada Lee had her arm all the way in, and Paige Wright had to turn her off to just get the ball away. I mean, it favors California, but what kind of call is that?
Now the possession arrow favors CHOWAN. As
well then.
That definitely a reaching in there on Paige Wright. She got grabbed.
Jada Lee got caught putting her hand in the cookie jar a little bit too much, but no timeout for her. Inbound goes to Glenn. Jordan guarding her. Glenn able to break her press and bring it across court. 1:50 left. 21 to shoot for Cal. And a foul called on Shaquilla Jordan. She's out of the game.
And Shaquilla Jordan can't believe it either. She's trying to question that call. Actually, she's not out of the game. That was only her 4th foul. Sorry.
They said there was 4 earlier. I'm not questioning the scoreboard operators or anything. It's just there's a lot going on here that seems wacky. Glenn misses the first free throw, but she's good for 1 miss a game, though.
Mickey Glenn, not perfect today. Every free throw counts here. Still in it is CHOWAN.
7 of 8 at the line is Glenn. Her second is good. Mickey Glenn now with 10 points. She is the 5th Vulcan in double figures. Lee, CHOWAN down by 7, 1:40 left. Or excuse me, that's Jordan going in. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Lee. Her shot blocked by Martin. Lee gets the offensive rebound, puts it up. No good. Martin tips it up. Martin grabs the rebound from Payne. No, Payne has it. Martin tips it up. Out of bounds, off of CHOWAN. Yes, CHOWAN. Okay, I could not see the ref. And Precious Martin came away with a look of like, oh, but maybe that's just because she couldn't get the rebounds.
And this is the CHOWAN we've been looking for this time, as there's going to be a timeout called by Jess Strom, as finally CHOWAN missing their shots when it matters most.
In California, though, they got to rebound the ball. 1:26 left. You're up by 7. This one is not over yet. You should have a lot of time left to work in trying to secure this victory and move on tomorrow to play the West Liberty Hilltoppers that you have faced this year. And Jess Strom, she likes the mantra, we don't like losing to teams that already beat us once this year. At that game, I went to it. It was all West Liberty. 88-65 victory.
I think California's got a slight advantage. West Liberty left this game a little early. They didn't see the resilience that this California team has had. They might be coming into the game thinking, we may have this one in the bag. And they remember their first game against California, it was an easy win for them.
Barrett gets the inbounds. Back to Glenn. And Jordan tried to knock the ball out. She's not able to. 1:20 left. California bring it within under a minute. I'm surprised CHOWAN's not fouling, honestly. Glenn calling out the plays for her team.
They may not want to foul Glenn.
No, you don't want to foul Glenn. Jordan knocks over. Finger line jumper. Glenn's got it.
Mickey Glenn breaking the ankles there of Shaquila Jordan.
It's about time she did one of those.
Jordan wanted a foul, but she just fell right over.
Jada Lee blocked, but there's a foul called on Parsons. That is her fourth. So Parsons and Martin and Glenn with 4 fouls now.
It looked like it was mostly ball, but there must have been some contact there as well, as Jada Lee going to the line today. She's 2 for 2.
You know what this reminds me of, Anthony? The Gannon game that we were at the Hammermill Center this year. A lot similar to that game this year. Last time you and I did a simulcast as well. Lee's first is good. She's got 13. I believe that's her first in this half, though. Jennings is going to check in for Parsons. That's for offensive and free throw abilities. But Morgan Jennings, 11 points, matches a career high that she already set this year twice against Shepherd. I forget who else she set that against. Lee's second, no good. Lee tracks down the offensive rebound. 8-point game, 50 seconds to go. Lee just dribbling around. Now Jordan with it. CHOWAN's wasting time. Lee, go to the basket. Offensive foul called on Lee. That's her third. And that might be it. 41.6 seconds to go. 8-point lead. California with the ball.
Yeah, and Shatara Parsons, that's actually Sierra Barrett, who was right there at the top of the restricted area, just getting knocked over there.
It's Sierra Barrett and Shatara Parsons having a great game. And Sierra Barrett right in front of us. This is funny. She's yelling out, oh, I just baby barfed a little bit. I can understand that.
It's hot in here, and that can definitely happen when you're getting this hot.
Glenn with it now. CHOWAN's not fouling. Why aren't you fouling? I mean, okay, gets the game done with sooner, but why aren't you fouling in this instance?
Maybe they want to.
And now a foul called on Jada Lee as she literally wrapped her arms around Glenn to try and steal the ball away. This can make it a 10-point game with 25 seconds to go.
You could have fouled her right away and possibly extended the game a little more, but now at 25.4 seconds, Mickey Glenn makes it, making a 10-point game. It's all but over. Start hammering the nails in the coffin.
You can get them out. If she makes it 10, then you can start putting them in place to hammer them in. Shot clock is off. 25.4 left. Glenn's first. Good. She's got 13 now. 10 points in this half. She came up big when she needed to, Anthony.
Yes, she did.
How many assists does she end up having now as well? 8. Glenn's second. Good as well. 14 for her. Still only the 4th scorer in terms of leading on her team. 10-point lead, 80-70. Glenn tips it out. Right ends up with it. Now you can start hammering him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the California Vulcans, they have one step accomplished. They are now 5 steps away from reclaiming their national title. 5 seconds left to go. This team is tired as all get out. But California comes back from down 4 at halftime to win 80-70, Anthony.
And this team is resilient in the best way possible. They're tired, they're hot, and yet they come away with this victory. They don't get down on themselves. They keep their heads up. They play the basketball game they know how to play, and they come out with this 10-point victory here late in the 4th quarter. And they had to fight for everything today. The referees and against this tough CHOWAN team who probably played their best game of the entire season today.
Yes, absolutely. You have to give a hand to CHOWAN. I will. They played very wonderful today. Just things did not go their way in the last couple of minutes or so. So now the California Vulcan women will move on to Saturday action and play West Liberty in the regional semifinals, a rematch of last year's regional semifinals. Of course, this time it's on the road in a neutral court, so that may make a difference. West Liberty is the 3 seed. California is the 2 seed. They will be in their home whites again. And so it will be myself and Anthony D'Agostino again with Gary Smith working the cameras and advising and being the most interesting man in the world. Yet again, like we said earlier, California, resilient as ever, as they have been all season. And I'll tell you what, Anthony, there's still someone upstairs that won't let this team lose when it comes to the big games. Thank you, number 44. That will do it for coverage here today on CUTV and WCAL. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock tip-off right here on WCAL 91.9 FM, Power 92. The Vulcan women are 5 games away from another national championship on the Vulcan Sports Network.